It's very sad. Michael and Boca.
Randy.
Yeah.
Yesterday, man, it was the first time that I know that I finally accepted that Donald Trump is a racist, Randy. And let me tell you when I accepted that. I know. But let me just tell you.
He could be not. But what he does.
We'll get to that. Yeah, we'll get to that.
All right.
That he's an opportunist. Yeah, we'll get to that. But let me tell you where he got me. See, I've always written it off as, he's stupid. Don't even know what these guys stand for. He has no idea what they're talking about. When he said, you're destroying their culture, you're changing culture. Now, I grew up in Memphis. That is the entire battle right there, Randy. Southern culture, Southern pride, preserving white heritage.
But I understand that, but that's like what I opened with. You know, if your heritage, if your culture is only longing for torture and beatings and slave labor by force, in order that you can, be the lord of the manor and not have to work as hard as free labor does for you by virtue of torture and beatings as a threat and intimidation with torches and all that stuff, then you need to disappear because you're a dinosaur, man. You have no place. Southern heritage, it's got to have more to it than just slavery, no?
No, Randy, no. Because what you're dealing with here, you're dealing with the great-great-grandchildren of people who fought in the war but never got to own slaves. They never had slaves. So there's been resentment because their great-great-grandparents were too poor.
Well,
so they watched the elites have slaves on these great plantations, and they used to dream about the day when they would get to. But that day never came. And they were even willing, Randy, to go fight for that day and spill their blood for that day. And that day has never come. And that's why the cities are progressing. And if you go to rural America, it looks like it looked 100 years ago.
Yeah, well, because they never learned how to work their land. They never figured it out.
Because Republican governance tells them it's our fault. Do you know that these nuts think that Atlanta, New York, L.A., where me and you are in Palm Beach County, that we live in hellholes? Because they're told that, Randy. The biggest gyp is them. They're the ones being lied to, Randy.
Oh, I know. I understand. And this whole idea, I mean, if you look at white supremacy and Nazism and KKK and all that, their entire ideology is based on victimhood. So, I hear what you're saying. All of it. I know. And that's what I'm saying to them. If they don't let go of the victimhood, if they don't let go of the poor me thing, they will never be anything else.
And Randy, the victimhood, the whole white backlash, the whole angry white male is literally, Randy, because they had to share. Sharing, Randy. We're talking about sharing. My progression, my sitting in this Jag, takes away from some well-deserving white guy in Osceola County.
Well, that's just plain sick. I mean,
but that's it. But that's Southern heritage, Randy.
Right, I get it. But I get what you're telling me, and I hear you, and I understand because
it's just insanity, right?
It makes no sense. And if they're this crazy that the only part of Southern heritage that they desire back, that they miss, that they want to elevate, is the part where they get to own people and torture people and inspect people and
German envy, baby, German envy.
Yeah, but
Absolutely.
So let's look at this. The German thing is pretty modern, okay? This happened in my dad's lifetime, and my dad fought against fascism, and because he saw the horrors of Nazism, my dad came back. He was never the same, okay? He really did sacrifice his entire life to beat back fascism, okay? As a Jewish infantryman, okay? No question about it. But here in the United States, where we all know that fascism was a cause that the entire United States, fought against, and now you look at this envy that they have for German, the German fascist system, and for the antebellum South, and for it's all based on jealousy and victimhood.
Yes. I have a quote from you. One time I audio hijacked it and I sent it around where you said,
"What?
And the growing black middle class, they're supporting you." You were talking to that group. You were talking to those Trumpkins, those daydreaming, fetishing, fantasizing freakatoids. They're getting left behind because they're staying behind.
But they're not getting left behind. Listen, here are the facts. White families have 14 times more wealth than black families, 11 times more than Hispanic families. This is the Census Bureau. This is the non-whites are far more likely to live in poverty. Non-whites go to jail almost 5 times more often than whites do. That's why this little stupid kid here, he was pasty white. This kid was Casper White. He made me look tan.